What's up, fuckers?
Hola.
How the hell are you? What? Figure out how to say how the hell are you in Spanish.
For a second, I didn't
¿Qué
think.
pasó?
For a second, I didn't think you were gonna say it.
No, I have to say it.
No, you had this look like you were gonna go another direction, and I was not gonna be okay with that.
I was reeling through my Spanish dictionary in my head trying to figure out if I knew how to say that, but no.
Yeah, even all my years in West Valley haven't gotten me there.
Well, that's it. Where my Spanish dictionary comes from.
Oh, yeah.
Taylorsville High School.
Yeah, mine comes from swap meet music.
I just call that
swap meet, dude.
I just call that my neighbors. At least for you, it was only at the swap meet.
I went to the swap meet over Long Change.
How was it?
Fun.
I haven't been in a long time. Well, I went over last summer, and I got a stupid good deal on a guitar amp.
Oh yeah.
It's huge. It's like this big. I don't know how many watts or whatever, but I asked the guy how much, and he's like $60, and I was like 50. Okay. And then I'm like carrying this big fucking thing around, and it was like right as I got there too.
Let me come back, dude. I'll come back. Here's the money for it.
Don't you hate that when you like go to get something and then like not exactly similar, but like for the Super Bowl, when I took the Super Bowl off of work, I went to Costco because I was going to go pick up some of the wings from Costco, and I also wanted to pick up 2 Costco pizzas. And I went to the counter first at the food court to go order my pizzas. But because it was Super Bowl Sunday, apparently they just had pizzas ready to fucking rifle out.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know. I thought I was going to order my pizzas, go get my wings, and by the time that I got back from getting my wings, my pizzas would almost be ready. No, they're like, cool, here you go. And I'm like, well, I got my ticket, and then I turned around to go start walking towards the wings, and the food court's all the way at the front, the freezer section's all the way in the fucking back.
Right.
I didn't even make it to the cash register yet. $5.76? I'm like, what? But can I come back later? I gotta go get wings still. So yeah, I had to carry my 2 fucking pizzas all the way back to the freezer section, get my wings, and then
Yeah, but the bonus is you got to have a slice while you were waiting in line.
No, I did not.
Oh,
Fucking bonus slice. I'd go for it.
So, yeah, we're just going to fucking have a nice little freestyle conversation here. We're just going to wing it. Anybody got a funny joke?
I thought this was going to be like a freestyle rap battle. I guess I misunderstood.
You would win. It's not fair.
Yeah, anything goes. You can just start rapping.
Yeah, send it.
Freestyle. It's like 8 Mile. Me, Dave, and Spence crack some jokes to make you smile. Best believe this shit's going to stick with you a while. Spencer's toilet broke and sprayed all over the tile.
True story. Dude, what the fuck was up with that?
I don't know. I'm glad it happened at the beginning of the last episode we were recording.
Yeah.
And
I almost wanted to stop and say, Alice, are you here?
She must have followed T because we did a whole episode about her and she didn't bother us once.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, you're the one experiencing shit in your house, so...
Yeah. I don't know what the fuck's going on in that townhouse, but yeah, there's something in my townhouse.
Dude, you have to maybe download that audio clip onto Dave's computer and then isolate that fucking thing and enhance it.
Oh, yeah, I can do that.
Oh, yeah?
You can email it to me.
I'd be down. To me, it sounded like it said "watch out" the very first time I heard it, and then I listened to it like 2 hours later with my same headphones in, and then it didn't sound like that. I'm like, it's kind of weird. I don't know if my hearing just sucks.
Well, when I listened to it in your car, I could hear it, and it was like, what? But I could hear where it would, if you say it says "watch out," I could hear that.
I think
other times it sounds like it goes "achoo," like someone sneezed.
I think it'd be hilarious if, like, you're holding your phone and you've got your headphones in and you're, like, watching the video length and, like, you open a cabinet and you hear "watch out" and a cup falls on your head right after.
Oh, dude.
That would be amazing.
Yeah, there's something in my townhouse. I don't know what it is.
I know a ghost investigation team that could check it out.
Yeah, goes by the acronym PISS.
The piss team.
The Paranormal Investigation Super Squad.
I'm just saying, piss is pretty legit.
Yeah.
I dig it. Like, I have zero opposition to it.
Yeah. Dude, how fucking funny would that be? We'd like roll up to the fucking, just like taps.
Yeah.
Roll up to like on our video, like roll up and they have piss on the fucking side of the van. Hey, we're the piss team. You're the what?
I think, what would be amazing is what would be even more comical for me, because obviously, yeah, we can do YouTube and everything like that. What if we got picked up by like a major TV network?
And that would be like their first stipulation is you have to change your name. No deal.
Yeah, exactly, right? It's like, yeah, no deal. Either we're the piss team or we're fucking nothing.
Watch Piss on A&E.
Dave and the piss team go to their next haunted location.
Does it smell weird in here? Kind of smells like asparagus.
It's like an Irish bar fight down there.
Instead of like all of us putting our hands together to like do like a 1, 2, 3 hoorah, we could be like just standing there, make it seem like that's what's gonna happen. 1, 2, 3, piss team, and there's just like all of us standing in a row pissing.
That's got to be like a publicity still in like a public bathroom where there's 4 urinals and we're all at a urinal and the back of our shirt says piss.
Oh my god.
We're just
perfect.
standing against the wall looking like that and then just trails of piss coming from our feet.
But the piss goes into a ghost shape. We're doubling down here.
Fuck yeah.
Oh man.
So
Yes,
yeah,
I've got Photoshop. I'm gonna make this one happen.
So we sat down and talked about our ghost hunt. Now that you're here, did you have any kind of things you thought were weird there?
No. I heard about the experience that you guys had while Dave was downstairs and me and Scott were upstairs, but overall nothing.
Yeah, any weird feelings?
Nothing.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like me and Scott spent a little bit too much time in the smaller houses, like the little smaller cabins and stuff like that. Yeah. I feel like if there was anything that I was going to catch out there, I was really expecting to catch it in the main big mill house.
Yeah.
And
I was kind of expecting when we came back when you were in the schoolhouse at the beginning of the night.
I actually really enjoyed that. And I was so heavily anticipating something to happen.
Yeah.
I really was, because I was by myself. I'm like, if something's going to happen, let it happen right now.
Right.
We've got multiple cameras in here, because I think you left your camera pointing at me, and then I had a camera kind of panned out at the rest of the room, and I tried to do so many different things to get some kind of action out of it. Like they had the American flag hanging up there, and I was like, hey, can you move that flag? Because my camera was pointing right at it, so if that flag would have moved, it would have caught it. But my biggest complaint overall, I don't know how well I'm going to do with ghost hunting where there's fucking spiders.
It's like Steve Gonzalez from Taps.
Yeah.
Freak out like every episode because of spider.
Oh, I don't know, Dave, going through your videos, did you see the one where me and Scott were in that cabin? And I was like, oh no. Oh fuck. And Scott's like, what? I seen this little creepy crawly bastard just going on like the handle of like a frying pan. And I was like, oh fuck.
Yeah, I was pretty sure the only thing I was going to catch out there was fucking malaria from all the bugs. Those things were horrendous.
That or some kind of fucking weird disease from owl shit.
Yeah.
Who knows?
That fucking owl was annoying.
No, I think we were talking about that. We were more scared about getting swooped on by the owl than we were the fucking spirits out there.
It's one of those ones I wouldn't mind going out there again just to see. I
If
mean,
anything changes.
it may be that maybe we went out there, we didn't have a whole lot happen, but I think it'd be worth another go.
Yeah, I definitely want to take another shot at it, but I think I would rather wait for like October-ish. when
Whenever
it's
them
cooler
fucking
out.
bugs aren't there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And once it gets down like to pretty cold overnight, the bugs go away. Which is,
Yeah, the bugs went away pretty much with the sun.
yeah.
Well, you had that kind of late night dew layer kind of come down and stifle the bugs down until you walk through the grass, and then they would kick up for a second. So after that, it was just like, just don't walk in the grass.
I was outside of my backyard yesterday, kind of getting those planter boxes ready for the dirt. Like I filled it up with like tree branches in the bottom, and then layers of leaves just to kind of decompose over time and help feed the soil. But yeah, I was just everywhere I went. Had this cloud of fucking gnats over my head the whole time, like Pigpen from Peanuts.
There's people at work that are like that.
I think if we all wrote down the names of those people on separate pieces of paper, they would match up exactly.
Yeah.
Probably in the correct order, too.
Yeah, I think so. I think our number one's probably all pretty similar.
Yeah.
Slight variation, maybe, but still pretty fucking close.
If we had to write down, like, if it was like three, right? Like, write down the first three that come to your mind. All three of them are going to be the same for us, just maybe in different order.
Yeah, and even then, just slightly.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty soon we gotta get your backyard ready for something else.
Slip and sliding,
The old
dude.
yearly slip and slide.
I was about to ask because I couldn't see how far over those planter boxes went. They're not going to interfere with a slip and slide, are they?
No, I made sure that Kara knows that we have a runway that's set up for the slip and slide.
Yeah.
I was actually, when I was cutting my grass yesterday, like thinking, dude, I should just let this strip right here grow super long so it's nice and soft.
Cushy.
Maybe like 2 feet of grass in this one strip down the...
Oh, yeah.
That's not a bad idea.
Oh yeah, I might just cut that runway into the grass.
Just from like May through June, just
Yeah.
let it grow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that idea.
That shit'll... Fuck, dude, my grass grows so fast, it's stupid, man. I almost have to cut my grass twice a week.
Ew, gross.
Yeah.
And on that incline too?
Yeah.
That's terrible.
Get my steps in, though, so...
I got to show you guys. I know obviously nobody listening can see this, but this is when I had my house in Magna. And I kind of let my backyard get a little bit out of hand.
Jesus.
You have to, like, tip your lawnmower up like this.
One
I
plop
don't
at
know,
a time.
that's almost like a good 3 feet.
Yeah.
Like, I let my backyard go there for a while. It was,
I bet those cats loved it, though.
oh, I didn't have the cats then.
Oh.
Yeah. But yeah, that was, when you started talking about letting your grass grow, I'm like, this is what you need.
We
Right
can't-
here.
You can't even slide. You go to like dive down and you just sink into the grass.
I'm just going to lay here for a minute, actually. It's pretty nice.
Somebody push me.
I'm telling you, we gotta. I really think we should do it. I mean, it's probably not the best idea in the world, but we gotta throw some dish soap on that fucker, dude. On
Yeah.
the slip and slide.
Get a little slippy.
Oh yeah, just lather it up.
Yeah, I was thinking about the last time we did it, I was going to pour some like olive oil on there because the olive oil might be a little bit more slippery, but also like stay on the thing.
Yeah,
instead
give it
just
kind of a
washing out.
sheen.
And it's great for your hair, which is a huge bonus
Yeah,
for
but
me.
I thought maybe that might give everybody fucking really bad sunburns. Wearing olive oil out in the sun.
We all look Greek.
I start smelling like a Costco rotisserie chicken by about 4 o'clock.
Yeah, I'd smell like a fucking Costco hot dog.
You like walk past somebody. Did you just eat at Buca de Beppo's? Something like that.
No, yeah, we've been. You got to figure out when's our next long change. That might be too soon.
Yeah, that'll still be in May.
Yeah.
I think the one after that's probably the winter.
Yeah. Plus, I think I've got that blocked out. So.
Even better.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's always like a thing that I look forward to every year is being sore and in pain for a week after the slip and slide.
Yeah.
There's just something about a bunch of grown adults drinking in direct sunlight and pushing and wrestling and shit down a slip and slide.
Yeah.
That
So the one year we
it's
did
better
it
than Christmas.
kind of later in the year, because we did it twice. We did it in the beginning of the summer, and then again in like September or something like that.
Yeah.
And that year, when I jumped down on the slip and slide, one of my pinky caught on the fucking slide or something, and it just like tweaked my pinky and was sore for months after. And so we were sitting there breaking out. We were getting ready to start up 6, and right as B shift was coming out, and I was standing there, and Randall came up to me and like grabbed my pinky and tugged on it, just like
pulled my finger.
Yeah, saying that he was there, like behind me, like getting me to move out so I could go home. I was like, fuck, what's wrong? I was like, I hurt my finger. It was a fucking slip and slide incident, and so he was asking about slip and slide and shit like that. And then the next year he came, so he came last year, and fucking, I swear I thought he broke his fucking wrist. He's, oh yeah, I see how you can get injured doing that pretty easily.
Yeah, people think slip and slides aren't fucking dangerous. No, fuck that. They're dangerous as fuck. Especially the one that we do. This isn't your. This is not your family friendly slip and slide.
No.
Like there's, I think Dave pointed it out already. There's like wrestling matches that take place as you're going down the slip and slide, and then there's also the hazard of trying to stand up when you're at the bottom of it and you see another grown-ass man coming at you at a high rate of speed. That's fucking scary.
Yeah. No, I've been looking forward to it.
It reminds me, there was years ago, I dated this girl who was into like hiking and running and all the shit that goes against all of my religious beliefs.
One of those dumb bitches.
Yeah. She convinced me to do the Dirty Dash.
Oh yeah.
And I gotta say, it was kind of fun. I enjoyed it. There was a portion of it where, like, at the end, there was this super long, like, I don't even know if it was like a tarp or whatever, if it was just a muddy, watery-ass hill, but it was kind of like a slip and slide.
Mm-hmm.
And you could get cooking down this fucking thing. Especially me, because I'm heavier set. And I was wearing a GoPro. I had bought her a GoPro and bought her like a headband thing to hold the GoPro on there. And I was like, yeah, you know, I'll use this for the Dirty Dash. And I was recording when I went down that slip and slide thing. This poor girl at the bottom of that thing, I fucked that chick up. And it was all caught on the GoPro.
You haven't posted that fucking video?
I really wish I could like find that video, because that video was fucking gold. All you see is like me going down this hill in the GoPro video and like water and mud splashing up, and you see these 2 little chicken legs of this poor girl, and you hear me go, look out, and then all of a sudden you just see them legs go gone. They're like out of the field of view. And I get up and turn around, and this girl is struggling to get up. Her friends are trying to help her, and they're like, you hit my friend. I'm like, it's kind of the response of Happy Gilmore when he hits the guy with a golf ball. You should have been standing there. Like, hey, get the fuck out of the way. I know you're some scrawny little fucking runt that likes to go hiking and running, but I'm fucking not. I came here for this fucking slide. And yeah, once I get moving, get the fuck out of my way. But man, I would kill to have that video.
You should have walked right up to her, looked her right in the face, and went, strike.
If I would have wiped out 2 of them, I probably would have.
I went to that same Dirty Dash.
Did you?
Yeah, years and years ago.
Was it the... Because I don't know if they hold it in the same place every year, but I feel like I went somewhere up by Park City or something, like somewhere up there.
I'm going to do it at one of the ski resorts.
The one I went to was like... Fuck, I'm trying to think of where it was. There was like campgrounds, and there was a lake right there. There was like zip lines and things like that as you drive to it.
Yeah, I can't even remember. It was
Maybe
that long ago.
Different one, but
Was it a Park City ski resort?
no, it was like past the point of the mountain, and then you go east. Somewhere in there, I can't remember.
Like Lehigh?
Yeah, like east of that somewhere. You have to drive through a canyon to
Interesting.
get there. I can't remember. But yeah, I remember seeing a lot of people get wiped out, and like at one point there's a big like rope net that's really not very taut. It's still kind of loose, and underneath there's all these water jets spraying up, and I'm like watching all these people try to crawl through this thing on their hands and knees, and like they'll start getting a little bit of momentum, and then this fucking water jet would blast them in the face, and they would like roll over and get stuck in the net. I'm like, fuck that, dude, and I ran across this net, and this little kid gets in my way, and I had to like jump over him. I didn't take him out because I'm a better person than you.
I was going down on my stomach. What do you want me? How am I going to jump over this shit? Like
But the same thing, they had a big mudslide at the end, and it's like a pretty steep incline hill, and it's just pure mud. So, like, running down there, not an option. You're just going to eat shit going down. But yeah, I recall seeing a bunch of people get wiped out because they would get to the bottom and then get up and be like, oh, ha, ha, that's fun, and then just get taken out immediately.
Yeah.
I
That's
was-
like, you could
I
go
was
to any
one of those.
fucking, like, Sugar House Park or Mountaindale Golf Course in the wintertime. People go tubing, and I've been up there before multiple times and taken fucking people out on tubes.
You know what we need to do? Because we can technically go sledding during the middle of summer if you got the right hill.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking ice blocking.
Ice
Bob.
block.
Oh, dude, we used to do that when I was a kid.
Fucking ice blocking?
We used to go to the Murray Park and the Sugar House all the time.
Yeah.
Or we'd even go and get the big rolling dumpsters, like the ones that are outside.
Yeah.
Take them up to the top of the hill and lay it down, and then fucking sit on top of it and then ride it down the hill.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
But
You
yeah,
know-
ice blocking. I haven't done that in like, God, it feels like at least a good 15, 16 years.
You know, all I think about when I think about ice blocking is that scene from one of the Jackass movies where they're ice blocking, and they bet Ryan Dunn he won't stick his balls to it. He's like hovering over this ice block, you know, keeping the twig out of the way, but just letting the berries dangle, and he squats and his balls immediately stick to it. And then he's like trying to pull up, he's like, ah, they're stuck, and then somebody comes up and shoves him.
Rest in peace, Ryan Dunn. That guy,
Deserves some rest in peace.
yeah, no shit. The Jackass one that he did where they had him in a golf cart that was like hooked up to like a giant slingshot.
Oh,
And they're about to
God.
launch him, but Bam Margera closes the door and he just runs right into that thing. He's like, my hips, I feel like I gave birth.
He hit fucking hard, too.
Oh, yeah, he fucking nailed that girl.
Because it was like trying to shoot him out of like a loading dock.
Yeah.
And then fucking, yeah, Bam pulled the cable and the door just went boom. And he's. I bet he was probably doing like 30 or 35 miles an hour right into this
fuck.
door
With
from
a
like
golf, with a grocery cart.
inside
my
a
gosh.
grocery cart from like 15 feet away.
So I actually just saw a video like that of somebody in a golf cart or a shopping cart, and it was like the person was in the shopping. It was a girl who was in the shopping cart, and there was a guy pushing her, and he had on rollerblades, and he's coming down this kind of an incline, and they're going fast, and so like they go through this parking lot, and the guy fucking bails out on the rollerblades. So she's just cooking through this parking lot in the shopping cart and hits a fucking curb and throws that shopping cart like 20 feet in the air, and she just like falls out of it and slams on the fucking sidewalk. Oh my gosh, dude. I thought she was dead.
Yeah, that's not good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't,
So I
play
don't
with-
think there was a second date.
But they'll still see each other at family reunions,
Yeah.
so it's fine.
Fuck.
Second date, Jesus. Yeah, I don't. I'll do all kinds of stupid shit. I don't fuck with shopping carts.
Yeah.
There's a lot of injuries there to be had.
I think I would have when I was probably, anywhere from the age range of 15 to maybe 22.
Yeah.
Anytime after that, not so much.
I would definitely film somebody doing it. I don't want to be in the shopping cart though.
Yeah, no, I'm with Spence on that one. I'll gladly film it.
I'll stand there, phone in hand, just ready to dial 911. I'm not getting in it. I'm not pushing it. Yeah, neither one of those.
No, I remember when Jackass was such a big thing, especially after the first movie came out, and it was there sometime after, I think, that I had gotten my driver's license and stuff, and I had a 91 Chevy S10, and one of my buddies ended up going and getting a video camera. And me and all my buddies were just, yeah, let's just try to film some shit like Jackass. And so we went to this church, and we were going to film one of these guys jumping out of the bed of the truck into some bushes. And we just thought it would be funny. We had no idea, dude, these bushes were full of fucking thorns. Like, this guy got fucked up. It was so bad. If someone's still got that video out there, that one would be... But we used to do dumb shit. We had... which I think maybe a lot of people did dumb shit when they first started driving a car, but we used to go down, and when it was garbage day in someone's neighborhood, I would tell my buddy on the passenger side, I'd get real close to the garbage can and tell him, dude, open your door and throw your door open and knock the trash can over. Which was real cool until we did it to a garbage can that hadn't been emptied, and it shattered my fucking passenger side mirror and put a huge fucking dent in my door. And yeah, it was all fun until then, but after that I was like, yeah, we're not fucking doing that anymore.
Things you do when you're fucking bored.
Oh, especially after you get a car.
Well, add on top of that the Jackass generation.
Oh, yeah.
Because Lord knows I did a bunch of stupid shit after that. Which is funny because they always preface the show with "Don't try this at home."
Yeah,
and I always took that as a dare.
Yeah, absolutely.
Is that a challenge?
I think at some point during the Jackass era, I may or may not have shot myself in the testicle with an airsoft gun from very, very close range.
You know, there was recently another Jackass video, so we're technically still in the area or the era of Jackass, and I've got airsoft guns.
No, I'm not going to subject myself to that.
And a taser.
Here's where it differs, though. Remember, we had an age range restriction here from 15 to 22. I'm 25 now, so...
Yeah.
You're 25 now.
Just a little bit out of the realm there, bud.
Yeah. I'm past my prime. I can't be taking airsoft shots to the testicles anymore. But.
Yeah, I was a little bit older when Jackass came out, and so I could see how dumb these people were. But I thought it was hilarious at the same time.
Oh, absolutely.
But yeah, when my buddy, actually it was my buddy's girlfriend, turned 16, she got a Jeep, like a Jeep Wrangler, and we went up to the we were driving around in the avenues up by the Capitol, and came up with this idea, like, start from the top, and then just drive down, it's all hills that go down, and just don't stop at any of the stop signs, just put the Jeep in neutral and just fucking fly down these hills. But at the same time, fucking me and my buddy got up, like we were in the back seat, stood up in the back seat and went over the top of the roll bar, and we're hanging onto the front of the windshield like Superman, like laying over the top of the Jeep.
Oh, fuck.
And she's fucking flying down the hills, and every time she'd hit the flat spot where the road is, we'd like pop up off the thing. Yeah, I'm surprised we didn't fucking die.
Yeah, Lord knows I've done my share of teen wolfing it.
Yeah.
Standing up on top of the vehicle.
Van surfing.
Yeah, which is, for those of you who don't know, incredibly fucking stupid. Don't do it.
Don't try this at home.
Sure did. Challenge accepted.
Yeah. My uncle had a cargo van when I was like fucking 6 or 7. And it was like a full-size van, and there was nothing in the back. It was just like wood paneling on the floors and on the carpeting on the sides. But
Your fucking shag van.
yeah, just wood, like wood on the floor, and he would drive around with me and my brothers and cousins in the back of this van, probably like 8 of us kids in the back. And we would stand up in the back of the van and just like surf through fucking town. Whenever we go through to like a railroad tracks, his kids would be like, "Jump it, Dad!" So he'd fucking accelerate over the fucking railroad tracks and send us up into the air. But
While you're standing on top of the van?
no, we're inside the van,
Oh.
but the floor of the van is just wood. There's no seats or anything in the van.
Okay.
We're like 8 of us piled in there surfing in the back of this van.
In the back of the Kidnapper
In
9000.
the back of the fucking rape van.
The free candy machine.
There wasn't even any free candy. All I got was molested.
Fortunately, I didn't get molested, but
Did you get candy?
no.
That's
No.
alright. You got to surf in the back of a
I
van.
got to surf in the back of the van and fucking jump over the railroad tracks multiple times. So
That, like, even just thinking of doing that now, I could just picture that would be another really stupid situation where I end up blowing my fucking knee out again. I wish I had cool stories about blowing my knee out, because I've done it twice. I don't, and it's really disheartening, but
No, all you got to do is embellish. So I was outside. It was wintertime. 19 inches of ice on the ground and another 4 feet of snow on top. There I was shoveling my driveway.
yeah.
Just lie about the whole thing.
I think if I could maybe have like somebody narrate that, because I think I'm just so frustrated by it that I don't even think I could do that.
I just blame it on Nam.
Yeah.
It's funny though. I remember when I blew my knee out the last time. At the time, I was trying to not chew. I was vaping very heavily, and I was wearing my hoodie, and I had my vape in my little hoodie pocket. And as soon as I fell down and hit, I didn't even think to like reach for my phone. Like, I knew my leg was like twisted and fucked up and probably looked horrible, but I was like, "Where's my vape? Where's my vape?" Ah! And I finally found it, and literally it was like I just grabbed it and all right, now I need to call somebody.
Now that I took the edge off.
It's like, yeah, you know that scene from The Mask with Jim Carrey where the dude gets shot and he goes up to him and he puts a cigarette in his mouth as he's dying and he goes to light the cigarette and he's like, "Here, man, this is gonna help you." That's what it felt like for me. Like, just give me my nicotine and then I'll find help.
Dude, that movie was so classic.
Oh yeah.
And I know it kind of gets like overshadowed by Dumb and Dumber, but The Mask was fucking great.
Oh yeah.
Cameron Diaz
Ugh.
in her prime.
Yep.
Yeah. I think we all notice that moment of fucking silence.
Yeah, it's because we were all visualizing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like the little skimpy outfit she would wear.
Yeah,
and
that
fucking-
sparkly dress.
Oh, I like the black and red dress at the end.
Oh yeah, with like the
The stripes.
yeah, yeah, that was good. What the fuck happened to Cameron Diaz? I haven't seen or heard anything about her forever.
She like retired from acting. She married one of the singers from Good Charlotte. And they had kids and shit, so she's just like living the mom life. Which, good for her.
Yeah.
She married one of the singers from Good Charlotte.
Yeah, isn't that weird?
She couldn't have picked another band that fell off, like Green Day or something.
She couldn't have picked me. Like,
You ever think about it, like how much music has changed? And I think about it now, and I just think like in 10 years I can hear myself telling the girls like, "Yeah, me and your mom are going to Oldies Fest with like Green Day and 50 Cent and Christina Aguilera."
Yeah.
Like, that's gonna be Oldies Fest.
yeah.
Like,
Blink-182 is the headliner.
what songs did Good Charlotte have? They had the anthem, right?
Yeah, they had the anthem. What was the one about fucking rich people? God, that's gonna bug the shit out of me.
I have no idea.
Oh, Lifestyles of the Rich and the Famous.
Yeah.
They're always complaining.
Yeah. Okay. Because I remember they had at least a good couple of hit songs. I remember the anthem, and I was like, "What's another one?" Yep.
Remember that?
Lifestyles of the
Have
Rich
you
and
seen
the
that
Famous.
movie Children of Men?
Yeah.
Have you seen it?
Negative.
Oh, it's a good movie. But there's a scene where the guy walks in and this old man, and he's like playing the radio and he's like rocking out, and you're like, what the fuck is he doing? And then you realize he's listening to the radio, but the radio is just playing like static, and it's like just fucking random ass noises. It's like, it's like, check this song out, dude. And he's like blasting it, but that he's like trying to show that that's what music is going to evolve to in the future, because the movie takes place in the future.
Oh, okay.
And it's just like a bunch of fucking random noises.
Yeah, well, and Spence and Dave, you guys know me well enough. My history of watching movies is pretty slim. I don't really watch a lot of movies. I don't really watch a lot of TV shows. That's why I like when you guys have done podcasts about like movies and stuff like that. As cool as it is to listen to, it's definitely those ones where I'm like, yeah, I'm glad I'm not in that one, because I would not have a whole lot.
Have you seen this? No.
Yeah.
You know what's funny is you mentioned that to me the other day about the series episode, and you were like, I definitely would have mentioned Archer. And I laughed, but when I went home that morning, because I was backed my truck in, and I backed in, and I was like 4 or 5 inches away from the garbage cans on the passenger side, and I was like, see, I have perfect spatial awareness, Lana, which you can't teach.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck. Yeah, I definitely should have mentioned Archer.
Yeah, the TV series one I think I could have chimed in a little bit on. I know, like, I definitely picked up when you guys were saying that, you know, you come home and your lady might be watching something and you're like, oh, this is stupid, and you're not going to watch it. And I had to tell Dave the other day that I'm very guilty of it, and the one that I'm guilty of, which I think I told you too when I was still down on 6 and 7, fucking Desperate Housewives, man. I got sucked into that, and then you get to see like Ava Longoria walking around in skimpy outfits and running around in underwear a whole bunch. You're like, but I did get sucked into the story of it too.
Yeah.
But very much so, she would watch like 10 or 12 episodes at work and then come home and still watch it, and I'd show up and I'm like, wait, what the fuck happened? I thought... So, she's not with that guy anymore, and now that person died?
How many episodes have you watched?
Yeah, it's a very real struggle.
You know, it's funny you mentioned that, watching 10 or 12 episodes or whatever at work. Every time somebody, like, bitches about how much they hate the job that we work, all I could think about is, how many movies have you watched this week while you were at work?
Yeah, no
kind of
shit.
lenient around here.
Yeah, it's...
Yeah, go find another job where you can basically binge a season of a TV show in a day.
Yeah. That's one thing that I don't do there anymore.
I know at the distillery I worked at in Kentucky, as long as the line was moving and we were pumping out product, my supervisor didn't give a fuck what we did. So in one night, I almost finished all 3 Lord of the Rings movies. Not the extended versions, but damn near finished all 3 of them.
I think they're actually putting out a remastered version of the Lord of the Rings trilogy.
A remastered?
Yeah.
What the
like
fuck does that even mean?
digitally touched up.
Yeah, it's like an 8K.
I think they're putting it out in theaters next month or
Yeah,
something.
who the fuck's got a TV for that?
Oh, they're going to play it at the theaters.
Oh. I will say, since I've been with Sissy, I've been to the theaters more with her than I probably have in the last 20 years of my life combined.
Did you, so at the Regal Theater, I think it's like $25 a month or something like that, and you can just buy a pass and go see any movie you want at any time.
Really?
Yeah.
The one in
And it's
Taylorsville?
$25 a month?
Something like
I
that.
think they
yeah.
give you so many per month, but it's still like 8 or 10 or something like that per person.
Do I get, like, some perks with it? Can I get a free popcorn every now and then? Or
Yeah, Chewy has it, I think. Maybe his is Cinemark. I can't remember. It's actually a pretty good deal. It's like, if you go twice, you made your money's worth.
Oh, okay. It's kind of like the, well, shit. Yeah, if you go, twice, I'd basically pay for it. I know we're looking into the Lagoon Season Pass thing. Not for us, but for Aaliyah. But, man, that Lagoon Season Pass if you go to Lagoon twice, that thing pays for itself.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. And if transportation's not an issue, or like especially if you live in the area and your kid goes, 3, 4, 5 times a month, it paid for itself over and over and over.
Absolutely.
Well, even just like when I'm off, I'll try to take my kids out to go do something, just so that we're, have some time together and doing something. A lot of the times it ends up being we'll go to a movie or whatever, or go to the swap meet and fucking just walk around, look at stupid shit. But every time we go out, it's like we go out, buy some dumb shit, maybe go out to eat after, and it's like $100, $150 we'll spend. But like even that, like if you do that once a month or twice a month, you're fucking putting out some money, whereas you've already got these tickets that are paid for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just go to fucking Lagoon.
I'll tell you, a fun one me and Sissy do with the girls sometimes is we take them to a Nickelcade.
Oh, dude. So I took my daughter to the Nickelcade the other day, and I went on my phone to see if that one that you go to is open, and it's closed on Sundays.
Really?
Yeah, and I was like, that's fucking stupid.
It's closed on Sundays?
So it was that Sunday.
That's fucking dumb.
Was it Easter?
No. You know what?
Oh, we worked on Easter. Did we work on Easter?
Yeah, we did. Yeah. One thing that I would take Deacon to do is rando nodding.
Oh yeah.
Oh, dude. That's actually a lot of fun.
I've never done it. I was looking into it for the fucking, because it's like a paranormal thing
Yeah.
in some aspects that people do, looking for paranormal shit, and so they go random nodding, looking for ghosts or something.
What is this?
So it's an app on your phone that you can get, and it has like routes back to this like quantum point generator, and it's kind of silly, where you'll basically tell the app, like think of it in your mind of what you want to see, and then you'll hit generate point, and it'll give you a random GPS location for you to go to, and then it's up to you to figure out if whatever you see there fits the narrative of what you were asking for. So like the best one that we found, and you're not supposed to tell anybody you're with what you want to see at this point. The whole thing is kind of goofy, but it's still a lot of fun. So he's got the phone and he generates a point, and it's like 2 miles away. It's in this random suburban neighborhood, and we pull up and we're looking around and we don't see anything. And I was like, what is it you asked for? He's like, I want to see something scary and something funny, is what I said. And at that moment he's talking, I look over and I see this tire swing. Now this is where it's interesting. The tire swing is about 6 feet in the air, and the size of the tire is about this big. It's literally like a little bit bigger than the size of the wheel of a shopping cart or something like
a
that.
wagon tire? Or
Yeah,
something?
like a wagon tire. That, yeah.
Okay.
And it's just like hanging up about 6 feet in the air, and I was like, well, that's fucking creepy. Do they have a monkey or what's going on? And yeah, I just thought it was so weird because it was hilarious, but it kind of creeped me out of like, why would you have this wagon tire suspended that high in the air? It was weird.
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen videos on YouTube, and I don't know how real they are, but it'll be like, show me something, take me to a point that's scary, or whatever. And there was one video where they went to this, so it took them to this trail, and it was kind of a trail in the woods, and so they got out of the car and then kind of walked down the trail a little ways. Ended up going off to find the point on their GPS thing, and it went to this spot that was in the kind of middle of the woods, and there was a car parked in the middle of the fucking, right where they were at, just in the middle of nowhere, and there was obviously like trees had grown up around the car, had been parked there for years, and they caught on their, as they were videotaping, they caught like voices on it, like saying help me.
Wow.
But I don't know how real it was or what.
Yeah, some of them are. The videos are really entertaining most of the time, and you can usually pick apart the bullshit ones.
Yeah.
But once in a while, you'll see one and you'll go, I don't know. So there was one where this gal said she wanted to find a lot of money. And so it took her to this really random point, like on the shoreline of a lake. And she found a tackle box. And so she just like took the tackle box home. It looked like it had been left there for a long time. She took it home and only found like, you know, like some fishing lures and a little bit of line, but there was something rattling around inside. And she like took the shelving piece apart, and inside there was a paper, and it had a series of numbers on it and an address, but that was it. And then taped to that was a key, and she couldn't figure it out, so she went to the address, and it was a closed down bank. And I never like went back and investigated again, but she kind of surmised that the key went to a lockbox that's inside that bank, but she couldn't get in because it was closed down. But I'm like, that could totally be horseshit. Either way, it was entertaining.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Once in a while, I'll pull it up on my phone while I'm at work. And you know how there's that big field just to the north, or like northwest?
Yeah.
It points me to there a lot. So
Interesting.
I always think about jumping the fence and going over there and taking a look. But then I'm like, what if it's actually like government property? Because what's that place? Northrop is right there. Like,
Are you asking it to show you where money is?
No, usually I ask for like something scary or paranormal or something like that.
Huh.
Ask for something scary and it leads you to the ovens. There's a big ass rat back there. Oh, fuck!
Well, shit.
Interesting.
No, it's fun. I definitely think we should go sometime.
Yeah. That'd be fun.
Can it direct me to food?
I guarantee it can.
Google Maps can, for sure.
Like, can I just say, like, instead of, like, show me where to find a bunch of money, like, show me something delicious, and then I just want it to route me to a fucking bagel.
Show me some boobs.
Show me some
I'm
boobs.
driving down and see some fucking crackhead just with their tits out. Oh!
Well, I guess it was accurate.
That was scary and boobs.
Well, I think they were boobs. It went like nipple, belly button, nipple, but it was something.
Anymore, you can just fucking random out to downtown Salt Lake and you'll see some fucking weird shit, man. No matter where you go.
Oh, for sure.
There was one day we drove down there and we were getting ready. We were like looking for thrift stores 'cause my kids wanted to go thrifting. And so we were driving around and we were like on 27th South and maybe 5th or 6th East. And we're driving by and there's an Arctic Circle on the side of the road and we hear the sirens and I look in the rearview mirror and see cop cars coming down the road, so I pull over on the side of the road and all of a sudden this fucking guy comes running up the sidewalk and he's just wearing whitey tighties and he's fucking sweating like a motherfucker and he runs into the Arctic Circle and then the cops pull up to the Arctic Circle and he like pops out the other side and runs across the parking lot into these apartment complex behind there. I was like, oh fuck, that was weird. And so we were sitting there laughing about it, and then so we like drive down, hit State Street, go up State Street, and like maybe 3 or 4 blocks up State Street there's some guy walking down State Street with like no shirt, like cut off jeans, like super short jeans, and he's just dragging an axe behind him. Like in a
What the
yeah.
fuck?
This was like the middle of the summer, like maybe 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Hot as fuck outside. And I was like, dude, this place is getting fucking wild, man.
Dude, downtown is bananas.
Yeah.
There was when I first moved out to Kentucky, me moving out there, never lived outside of Utah my whole life, right? I get out there not knowing what to expect. I don't know if there's like crackheads. I don't know if there's drug problems. I have no idea. I swear to God, it was probably like our second day out there. We're just driving down like one of the main roads, and there's this guy just like dancing his ass off. And I'm like, what the fuck? And then he goes into a full handstand and he's dancing, doing a handstand. Like he's kicking his legs back and forth and shit. And I started, when I started my job at the distillery, because I would always see this guy and I'm like, yeah, this is what you do when you're on crack. I got to work, and when I started working there, I started asking people like, dude, do you guys fucking see this guy around town who's just fucking dancing? And they're like, oh yeah, that's the Owensboro Dancing Man. And I'm like, what? They're like, yeah. And they're like, yeah, he's a thing. And I'm like, no fucking way. So I do some internet digging. Sure enough, he's a fucking thing. Like, you could pull him up on YouTube right now. The Owensboro Dancing Man. This guy is fucking, he's the real deal. But it turns out he's a younger kid who's actually extremely athletic.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes on like daily runs and stuff like that to stay in shape. And yeah, while he's out doing his daily runs, he basically says, sometimes I hear a song or something and I just start feeling, he's like, I just start fucking dancing. I don't give a fuck.
Party boy.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, man, after this episode, I've got to show you guys a clip of this guy. But yeah, when I first seen him, that was like my second day being there, and I'm like, where the fuck did we move to?
You're like, he's not even holding a sign for an advertisement for a tax place. It's crazy.
Well, if he's got a YouTube channel, fucking after this podcast comes out, he's going to get probably 10 or 11 more views.
Yeah, Owensboro Dancing Man. I'm telling you. And I used to see this guy all the time, but yeah, apparently he's a very well-educated kid, very athletic, very talented. So
just does it for funsies.
Yeah, and well, the crazy thing is too is he would do it in the dead of fucking summer when it's, because I moved out there in the middle of June. So yeah, by July it's 93 degrees outside and 180% humidity. Like, you literally just walk outside and want to fucking die.
Yeah.
It's like breathing through a soup bowl.
Yeah, and then my vehicle at the time was that little Ford Ranger that I bought from Cruchin, which ran beautifully. That truck was amazing. Nobody can change my mind. But it had no air conditioning. So.
Yeah, we lived in Florida for a number of years, and I don't recall if any of our vehicles that we had fucking air conditioning other than rolling down the windows, and there was like the crank windows too.
The old 255. 255.
Here, put on the AC. That was if all of them would roll down.
Some of the motorhomes that I've been looking at, because I've recently, I don't know if Spencer knows, but I've been recently looking into getting a motorhome.
Really?
Yeah, I'm selling my motorcycle. Well, attempting to sell my motorcycle, but for anyone listening, if you want to buy a motorcycle, I'm selling one, and it's fast. But the plan is to sell the motorcycle, get a motorhome, and start doing some camping trips. It's just better for everybody to have fun, you know?
Yeah.
Motorcycle's kind of a selfish toy. But
fuck them kids, I'm not selling mine.
But a lot of the motorhomes that I'm looking at, some of them are even like 2000 and newer, still have crank windows in them.
Really?
Yeah. I'm like, what the fuck? Well, because the whole cab of it is basically a 40 Econoline.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of the 40 Econolines, because they just made them for basically industrial use, they didn't have power windows in them.
Interesting.
So,
yeah, I've actually looked at a few of those because I want to get one. We've been looking at even just the fucking little pop-up trailers that would be fun.
oh yeah,
Dude, pop-ups are awesome.
Yeah.
oh yeah, they're. If I had something to tow, like a trailer that I would want to get, because I've found some really good deals on some really nice fucking trailers.
Yeah.
But I just don't have anything to tow them.
Yeah.
And it's like, I'm not going to get rid of my car. Speaking of which, highlight of driving out here, because I don't really drive too far in my car, but I filled up right after I left the house. When I got out here and parked right out here, 31 miles a gallon.
Nice.
Wow.
Fucking. Yeah. That's why I can't sell that thing. I love it, man. All-wheel drive. The back seats fold down so I can put shit in it, and 31 miles a gallon.
What is it, CRV, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the idea of a pop-up trailer just because it's a lot closer to like camping. Then, so when I was like 12 or 13, we had a pop-up trailer and we'd go camping with my parents, and then they sold that and then ended up getting this fucking 35-foot fifth wheel trailer that had like leather couches and fucking big screen TV and shit in it, and it was like just going and staying in a hotel near a lake somewhere.
Yeah.
Which was cool, but it wasn't camping for sure. It wasn't
Yeah.
camping.
I can't remember how long my brother's fifth wheel is, but that thing is a fucking house on wheels.
Yeah.
It's got to be well over 40 feet, and it's just fucking monstrous.
Yeah.
Yeah, we rented a pop-up trailer years ago, and yeah, we took that camping. That was nice because trailering it is not bad at all. Like if you get a high wind drift, it's kind of shitty because it's, you know, really light,
Mm-hmm.
but it's so low profile that the wind doesn't beat it up. Versus trying to drive with like a, you know, a 24 or 26 footer even is just like waving everywhere. It's a huge pain to drive through the fucking parleys and shit like that. Or like last time I drove with the trailer, fuck, where did we go? I can't remember. But yeah, I had to go through the parleys and shit, and like you have to constantly watch your oil pressure and your temperature and your transmission and everything, and it's just such a hassle.
Yeah.
Dude, Parley's Canyon in general is like a fucking car killer.
Yeah, I don't understand how people drive through there regularly in the winter.
Yeah, absolutely. I gotta say, going down Parley's though, every time I go down Parley's, I think, man, it'd be so cool to have a fucking bicycle and just ride that fucker down Parley's.
Riding up would fucking suck.
Oh yeah, no, I wouldn't ride up. I would pay somebody to just drop me off at the top and be like, cool dude, I'll see you at the bottom.
Yeah.
But yeah, just coasting on a bicycle down Parley's. Have you ever gone 65 miles an hour on a bicycle? Because you're about to.
You hit a pebble, and then you die.
Yeah. Fucking a squirrel runs out in the road. Goodbye.
Yeah, you're not stopping.
You're in like full MotoGP, like motorcycle riding gear. You're just on a bicycle taking turns like this.
Wheels are fucking smoking.
You're like crouched all the way down for the best like wind resistance.
Aerodynamics.
That'd
Yeah.
be fucking. That'd be pretty fun, but scary.
Oh yeah, or like luging, or lay on a skateboard and ride down that fucker. Like if they could close off Parley's Canyon and you could just lay on your back on a skateboard and just.
Dude, luging looks like fun.
Oh.
Like legit classic luge boards and all that. Like I would totally do that.
Yeah.
As long as it was straight. I don't want any curves.
Yeah, seeing
Like
the people
gradual
do that shit.
curves wouldn't be too bad, but like. Yeah, I prefer straight. Like fucking. What show is that? Hot Rod, where he's fucking luging down the.
No, yeah.
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 It'd be like ice blocking on the road almost.
Yeah, a little bit.
You ever, when you were a kid, like get down on your knee, on one knee on the skateboard and like push with your other foot?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I was doing that one time, and they had just re-asphalted the road, and I don't know why I was trying to fucking go from like the sidewalk onto the road, and hit a fucking pebble that kicked up from the asphalt. And so the skateboard just fucking stops, and I just slammed my forehead right into the ground.
Oh,
I have a
fuck.
scar on my forehead right here from where I hit the
And it
asphalt.
makes such a distinct sound, too. It's,
Gangbang!
It's like when you're trying to pull a pallet jack at work and you hit something that.
Yeah.
Speaking of fall directly on your face, kind of going back to the slip inside thing, I remember one year Jake was here. This is like before everybody got here. He's like, I'm going to go down standing up. I'm like, that's a stupid fucking idea. And he's got his hat and his sunglasses on. And he gets like maybe 2 or 3 feet going down, you know, surf style. And for whatever reason, he basically goes like full 180, turns around to face uphill, and his face goes right down into the mat. And his fucking sunglasses almost exploded. It's like, what did you learn?
That slip and slide, I'm telling you, it's dangerous. And the feeling for the next several days that your body has, you either feel like you did one of two things. You did a very, very hard day at the gym that you haven't done in like 5 years, or you just got the fucking shit beat out of you by like 7 people.
Plus, you're hungover as fuck.
Yeah.
Surprisingly,
there's never anybody going, time out, water break, hydrate.
Surprisingly, I have not been hungover from a slip and slide.
Really?
Yep, I have not gotten drunk during a slip and slide event.
I think might have been the first time that we did it, and I passed out down here in this bathroom. And the next day, we were supposed to go boating with Kara's brother Joey, and I was so fucking hungover, and Kara had to work, and so she like texted me, Joey's on his way over there right now, you guys get ready. And I was like, fuck, man. Had to drive all the way to Willard Bay, North Ogden.
Wow.
And then get on this boat, and I'm just like feeling nauseous all day long. Had a couple beers to kind of fix my hangover or delay my hangover for a few hours.
In the car on your way to Willard's Bay, just one hand over the steering wheel, the other hand's holding a Bloody Mary. Like, don't worry, kids, I just gotta wash this out, that's all.
But yeah, I had to wake up that morning and come and clean up my puke in the bathroom down here, and then hunt around to try to find my phone, and I found it outside in the front yard in the grass.
After the sprinklers had gone off.
Yeah. And then like fucking roll up the shit, pick up garbage.
Yeah, I remember one time we did it, and it was me and Chewy and Brian Stewart. We're like wrestling all the way down to the bottom. We get down to the bottom, and Stewart gets up and like falls back down, or I can't remember exactly how it happened. Again, the drinking thing played a factor. But he like landed his full body weight on my foot, and my foot's like on its side. So the whole thing just went and crumbled in. That was in pain for like 3 months.
Yeah.
Every once in a while I'll kind of get a little creak in it, and I'm like, oh God.
Yeah, it's so much fun. I can't wait.
Or, you know, when you catch that occasional rock that's underneath the mat and you can't see it, and you're
Feels
like,
like you're missing a nipple now.
It's like that Dane Cook skit about slip and slides. He's like, yeah, we had a slip and slide when I was growing up. Did you ever have one of those? Yeah, it's too bad Dad never checked for rocks before he put it down. Call that slip and bleed from the anus.
Yeah, everybody has their own way of like running and jumping, and people always try to like fucking jump and land on their back for some reason. And I think both Miles and then that kid that was over here, Kara's friend's son that was over here, ran and like tried to jump down onto their back and just fucking bash their heads on the ground. I know that kid probably had a concussion.
No, last year Sissy was worried that she might have fucking broke her tailbone, and I was like, yeah, that's why I just go down on my stomach if I, you know.
Yeah, belly slide it.
It's always a good time. Yeah, it's like I do love that that's like a yearly thing now.
Yeah.
Like you feel like your whole year was just wasted if there wasn't a slip and slide.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I know. It was when I moved back to Utah, and Spencer told me that he was doing it. I'm like, oh, I'll be there.
Yep.
It's funny, like we have this kind of strange premise that if there's a good chance you're going to get hurt or badly wounded, it's more fun.
Yeah.
Like taser tag.
Yeah.
The amount of people who don't want in on that is astounding. Like, to me, that sounds like a barrel of fun. Like, I could get hurt trying to run or, like, vault over, you know, equipment or whatever at a park, and I could get tased real bad and all that, but I'm like, that just sounds awesome.
Aside from me absolutely hating running, I do think that if I didn't have genuine concern about the stability of my knee, I think I'd be down.
Which I'll give you a fair pass. But everybody else who you mention it to, they're like, fuck no, why would I do that? Like, because you're not living your life to the fullest. I'm trying to help you.
Have you ever played taser tag?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, as we've already covered today, that, I blew my knee out shoveling a driveway. So I'm going to try to limit doing things that might be considered a little bit more extreme than shoveling a driveway.
I remember taking that fucking taser to work. And it's like a $10 taser. It's not... You can't kill somebody with it. You can't, like, fry their brain. It's just like, oh, okay, I got tased. And, like, I break it out in the break room, you know, and everybody's in there. And the first person to pipe up is Scott's like, here, hit me with it. And he pulls up his sleeve, so I zap him. And then he walks by, and I fucking zap T. And then I got Sissy, because, like, she just reached out her arm, didn't even say anything. And I was like, oh, dude, if people don't do it after she does it, I'm totally calling him a bitch. So I zapped her, and then immediately Yega's like, getting his hand right in my face, like, get me. And then he confessed later, he's like, yeah, I wasn't gonna, like, not get tased after Sissy took it, so. But then all the other people were like, fuck no. Like, you literally just watched me tase everybody else. And nobody was like, oh my God.
Yeah,
Into the
it's
fucking cardiac arrest. Or,
Yeah.
yeah, it's nothing like a police taser, because police tasers are no fucking joke.
dude, did you guys see the fucking video of Danny?
No, did he get tased?
No.
Of who?
Fucking,
Danny Thomas?
yeah.
What'd he do?
Fucking killed some dude.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
So he's a cop, right?
Yeah.
And so they got called to this thing. Some guy was like making a scene downtown, and so they went there, and it was a guy and a woman, and the lady took off running. It was like this homeless guy, and he had a knife. He was holding it like this, and they're like standing. There's like three cops standing there, and they're all telling him to put the knife down. Put your hands up, put the knife down. And so he's kind of like standing there, like kind of walking towards them, and then he just like starts running towards them. And Danny's like, stop, I'm gonna fucking shoot. Bam, 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 bam.
Damn.
Fucking, I think there was 3 cops all shot at this dude, killed him.
So that's interesting, because I just literally finished recording a 2-part thing that I'm doing about good cop, bad cop thing, and that was literally a scenario that I bring up.
Yeah.
So it's crazy that actually happened, because that's a scenario that I brought up, and I don't know, it just kind of, I get it, knives are deadly, but I feel like that there are other less lethal options that probably still could have accomplished the task of stopping a guy.
So there's, I think there was 4 cops on the scene altogether. And as they're yelling at this guy to, comply, telling him what to do, one of the cops, like, runs off to his trunk of his car and is grabbing a beanbag shotgun. And as he starts running back to them, the guy starts running. And the guy was only, like, maybe from here to that printer right there. So he wasn't far away. So he was closing the distance on these other guys, and they just fucking...
Well, have you ever heard of the 21-foot rule? Where if somebody has a bladed weapon and your firearm is holstered, if they're within 21 feet, it's more than likely that they can get to you and stab you before you can get your gun drawn and take a clean shot.
Yeah.
So, yeah, if you're talking from here to there, even if you have your gun out, you're probably going to misfire on the first couple shots because you're already in a panic state. This dude with a knife is running at you. I would have done the same thing.
Yeah.
And it is hard to justify in some cases, and it's always easy to go hindsight is 20/20.
Yeah.
After the fact, you could do this or that. And I'm not discrediting what you're saying at all.
Yeah.
Because oftentimes there is a less lethal option, but how much risk do you have to put yourself into?
Yeah.
Because, you think about, like, okay, some guy with a knife is coming at me, and he's probably some skinny crackhead or whatever. I could probably parry the knife away and, like, choke slam him or whatever, but I have to risk that knife being within a foot of my body to have
yeah.
that happen.
Yeah, and that's where it's once again it's actually crazy that you mentioned that one was going to go get the beanbag shotgun, because that's the one that I think could be a better resort than even a taser, honestly. Because a lot of people might think like, oh, you know, why don't you tase them or something like that? But depending under the circumstances, they're whatever drug they're on, a taser may not actually stop them.
No.
In reality, it should, right? We think, yeah, once you get hit by a taser, you should fucking go down. Man, but I have a hard time believing that if you get hit with a beanbag projectile, I have a hard time believing, no matter what drug you're on, that you're not going to stop what you're doing.
A heavy amount of PCP, you can push past it, but if you're on crack or meth or cocaine or something, you're still going to know you got hit, and it's going to slow you down.
Oh, yeah.
But that's where follow-up shots come into play.
Yeah. Well, and then, like, for that example that Danny had, you know, where the guy had to go and get it, it's like, man, why don't you, if you kind of have an idea, you might, maybe, because there was already a bunch of other ones there, but why don't you make that something that you grab as soon as you get there?
Yeah.
You know?
So there's actually video of it, and we were watching the video.
Oh, shit.
Because they showed the body cam footage from the police, because all three of the officers had body cams on. And so yeah, like it starts and they're approaching the guy, yelling at him to turn around and put his hands behind his back, and then he turns around and he's got a knife, and then they start telling him, you know, and then that's when the one guy turns around and runs back to his car. And then, but it was just far enough that by the time he got there, opened the trunk, pulled out the shotgun, and started running back, he was already done.
So we're watching that and the Owensboro Dancing Man. That's what you're telling me.
There's a playlist for all the listeners.
Yeah, there it is. We're going to watch that and the Owensboro Dancing Man, and I don't know what order it's going to go in, but we got to watch both of these.
Yeah.
It's true. No, that's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
It's funny Gary hasn't said anything about it.
Yeah, it's honestly, it's fucked up. I mean, it's not fucked up the situation. I just think that would be like hard to like be in that situation where like that's your family member that, you know, is part of that. You know, it just may be one of those things that you just probably end up keeping to yourself. You know.
Yeah, and Gary's kind of a private guy anyway.
Yeah. Well, and especially with the climate and the perception of law enforcement right now, I think the less involvement you have in that right now, probably the better.
Yeah.
I'm
still going to ask him.
You go right on it.
We have a rapport. It's okay.
Yeah. No, it's way better for you to ask than me. Trust me.
Well, Danny himself is an interesting character.
Oh, yeah.
I'd be really curious to, like, hear his thoughts and feelings post-shooting.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'd probably have to wait until after the investigation, though.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, I was looking at it. So somebody told us about it, and so I looked it up and watched the video, and I was like, oh, fuck. And then it was just like, man, what would that be like to be in that situation? I'd probably fire on the dude if I was in the situation, and then how would you feel after? And it's like, feel like shit on one hand, and then on the other hand, you know, it's
if somebody's willing to
shoot this guy.
Well, like if somebody's willing to charge a police officer with any kind of a weapon.
Well, multiple police officers.
Yeah, if you're willing to charge at a police officer with a weapon, I think there's not really a whole lot that's not outside your realm of possibility of what you could do to people who are not police officers. You know, I can say all day, do I think the guy, were there probably other options? Maybe, I don't know. I wasn't there. I'm not in that situation. But at the end of the day, if you're willing to take violent acts towards a fucking police officer, and especially multiple police officers, could drugs have been a factor? Could there have been other factors? Maybe. But who's to say that guy doesn't be on drugs another day and just walk into a Subway and stab the fuck out of somebody?
Yeah.
You know?
Well, the biggest problem I have with it is that's suicide by cop. And that's such a chicken shit way to go. Like, if you don't want to live, just kill yourself. Don't make somebody else do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and it, to me, it just unfortunately generates more bad publicity for cops, sadly.
Yeah. Especially in that case where it seems totally justified.
Yeah, drugs make you do crazy things, man.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking Stitch was telling me that he went down to Gateway the other day. We went to Dave and Buster's. And he was walking through Gateway and had to use the bathroom, so he went into the bathroom that was near where they were at. And he said as soon as he walked in, there was two guys, homeless guys in there. And they had like fucking sandwich stuff spread all over the floor. And they were making sandwiches inside the bathroom on the floor of the bathroom. He's like, dude, I opened the door and looked in and just like walked back out. And he's like,
What the
as I was
fuck?
walking out, there was another guy walking in, like a business guy. And so he's like, dude, I just had to see what was going to happen. So he's like, I waited outside the bathroom. And the guy in the business suit went inside and was in there for a little while and then came out, like, wiping his hands like he went and fucking took a piss while these guys are on the floor making sandwiches. And he's like, dude, as the guy was walking out, I heard one of the homeless guys say, hey, you want a sandwich?
At least they're generous.
Yeah.
I'm surprised he didn't walk out still chewing that last bite.
Licking his fingers.
Oh, my God.
You got a little mustard on your mustache, buddy.
Oh, my God.
I was like, fuck, man. What kind of sandwiches were it? I think it was pastrami.
Fuck, why
You know,
couldn't that have been?
I'm not much of a ham sandwich guy, but if it would have been a turkey sandwich, I might have taken it. I love a good turkey sandwich.
They're over there with like a candle and a pot. There's meatballs, dude.
They got the hand dryer and they're like heating up the turkey. They're like, it's oven roasted, man. Or they got the bread under there. Do you want your bread toasted? They just got the bread underneath the air hand dryer.
I've heard of the fucking where you take a piss and like the bathroom attendant gives you a fucking paper towel, but like
Never a Sammy.
That's new level shit.
What do they call those guys who work in the bathrooms?
The bathroom attendant?
Yeah, isn't there like a special name?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Matron? I don't fucking know, dude.
Well, now they could be like the bathroom attendant / sandwich artist.
Yeah, artisan.
Dude, when I used to work for Discover Card, I was working in the new accounts department, so I would get applications for new credit cards, and I kid you not, I had this little laughing moment every single time I would get someone from Subway because they have to put the name of their employer and their job title. Every one of them, sandwich artist. and what pisses me off too is when I go to Subway and they're training somebody new. They're like, all right, this is how you do it. And they're showing them how to put the cheese on there. And then they're showing them how much meat to put on there. I've never worked at a Subway, but I'm pretty sure I could fucking walk in there and knock it out of the fucking park. I've had so many fucking Subway sandwiches that you wouldn't even need to train me. It's like, yeah, the cheese is in triangles. You put one this way, and then you flip the other one the other way. So it's like, yeah, it's like the triangles kind of mesh together.
To make one solid piece of cheese.
But they gotta explain this to people who work at Subway, and anytime I've gone to a Subway to have some food there, and they're training somebody, I laugh. But yeah, when I worked at Discover Card, it was even worse, because I'm sitting there reading these applications, and I'm like, Subway, scroll down, sandwich artist. Like,
Pretty much the Pablo Picasso of sandwiches.
Yeah.
Oh, your sandwiches are just a big fucking mess.
It kills me because I think, are you going to put that on your resume? Like after you go to college, when you're done with high school and you don't have so many fucking zits on your face?
They need like a cool name for it. You know, like the person who makes your coffee is a barista.
Yeah.
I think maybe people who work for like Subway and Jimmy John should be like a sandwichier.
Yeah.
Or something, you know.
Sandwichier.
Sandwichier.
You ever go to Italian joints and they got like fancy ass names for all their Italian food, but you just want the Americanized version of it? Maybe like, not the quality, But what you know as lasagna, they've got it listed as something completely fucking different. You're like, oh, excuse me, sir, what is this? And they're like, oh, that's our lasagna. Yeah, so why doesn't it say it on your fucking menu? You know, you got to put some fancy ass name on it. I was telling somebody at work about this the other day, but years ago, I took some chick to the old spaghetti factory. And it was the one in Taylorsville, and they got like this little trolley, like a trolley train car in there. And I just remember getting there, and my dumbass, I'm thinking, I just want some fucking spaghetti. I'm at the fucking spaghetti factory. I want fucking spaghetti. So the waiter comes up, and there's all these people in this trolley car with us. That's where we sat. And he asked her first, what can I get for you? And I think she ordered like tortellini or something.
Solid choice.
He's like, all right, what can I get for you, sir? And I just looked at him and I said, dude, I just want a big ass fucking plate of spaghetti. But apparently I said it loud enough that everybody in the trolley heard me because that trolley went fucking dead silent after I said that. It was like everything in this restaurant had stopped right in the moment when I was like, I just want a big fucking plate of spaghetti. And he's like, oh, so you want the spaghetti, and I'm like, yeah, that's sure. If that's what it says on your menu, if that's a big fucking plate of spaghetti, yeah, bring it.
You're like, if you translate that, does it say big fucking plate of spaghetti? If that's what it says, then yes.
Yeah, because they try to come up with such fancy names, and I mean, I think us as Americans, we're pretty goddamn simple. I don't think Spaghetti Factory is some high roller spot that people go to try real authentic Italian delicatessen cuisine.
Spaghetti.
Spaghetti.
Like it, fuck.
With the Parmigiano.
And it's really not even that good. I mean, you could probably get similar quality out of a fucking can of Chef Boyardee for fuck's sake. Like,
do you like your pasta sugary? Try Chef Boyardee.
They actually have Jollibee. Have you ever heard of Jollibee?
Uh-uh.
Well, it's like a fast food restaurant, and I guess it was big in like the Philippines, and now they're starting to open them up here in the States. But on their menu they have the Filipino spaghetti, which is spaghetti noodles, spaghetti sauce that's like a sweet sauce, and hot dogs cut up into it. Yeah, supposedly it's fucking super good.
I don't know if I could justify paying for that.
Yeah.
It's not. So you have like a difference of like if you go to a Hawaiian restaurant and they make something with Spam, it's not cheap because that's actually their culture. Versus like if I was to go to, let's say an Italian restaurant and they chop up pieces of Vienna sausages to put in my spaghetti, I would lose my fucking mind.
are the hot dogs good quality hot dogs, or are these?
I'm not saying they're all beefs, but they're hot dogs.
Speaking of which, we ate some food the other day, and Scott brought in vegan hot dogs.
Was that just carrots?
No.
With a vegan bun, it's just lettuce wrapped around a carrot. Come on, just eat a fucking hot dog, man.
No, so Dave actually was nice enough to bring in some Impossible patties, Impossible beef, and Scott brought in his own vegan hot dogs. And dude, I gotta say, I grilled Scott's food first because he didn't want to have
meat juice.
Yeah.
Well, it still had meat juice on it, just a different kind.
Yeah.
Joke's on you,
so I
fucker.
grilled his stuff first, and I cooked these hot dogs on this griddle, and man, I gotta say, I swear to fucking God, these things are made out of fucking Play-Doh. Like, what did you say? You thought they looked like Fisher Price toys?
Yeah, it looked like a fucking Fisher Price food thing.
Like, it did. That is such an accurate statement because it looked like it. Not only did it look like it, but it felt like it. It's like if you took a Fisher Price hot dog toy and then soaked it in water.
Yeah, it looked like someone had to sculpt a hot dog out of clay from memory. I look at it. So like, Preston had one of the Impossible burgers, and it was all dressed, and he's like, "Hey, do you want to try this?" And I was like, "Yeah." So I took a bite, and I'm like, it's a lot better than I expected. Has a good flavor. Consistency is kind of all over the place. But then, we go into break and Scott gets these hot dogs. And at first I was going to be like, hey, let me try that. And then I saw them and I went, hard pass.
Yeah.
I haven't eaten Play-Doh in years.
Last time I ate Play-Doh, I still had to have someone change my diaper. So. But yeah, it was interesting to see these hot dogs. I was like, wow, that's. I mean, in fairness, they almost kind of look like the same ones that he brought when I told him to bring me all beef.
The ballparks,
Bar S,
the bar
or whatever.
S.
Yeah, like if you could think of what a lower quality bar S hot dog would look like, if you can imagine that. That's like what the vegan hot dogs look like.
If you bought hot dogs from Wish.com.
The Temu Bar S. The Temu Bar S hot dogs.
Like, dude, where did you buy those hot dogs? AliExpress.
Got these on a steel from Sheen.
It was supposed to be an 8-pack, but
we gotta stop.
He's turning red. Oh, God.
Holy shit.
Oh, God.
Oh.
Burgers weren't bad, though.
I didn't try it, but I'll take your guys' word for it. I don't know if you heard, but Preston actually ate 2 of them vegan hot dogs. And he said it ruined his appetite for the rest of the day.
Yeah, he definitely had like a sour look on his face after the fact.
Well, I think he's kind of got this
look of shame on his face.
He's got this problem that I have to where, like, if I put something on my plate, I'm going to eat it.
Yeah.
And it has backfired on me a couple times. I think the most memorable time for me was when I went to Mexico. But when I did that, that's when I was in really good shape. I was working out all the time. I think I weighed like 210 pounds, if you can imagine that. But my go-to breakfast every day was cottage cheese and peaches. That was my fucking go-to. We go to this water park in Mexico, and they said that there was breakfast buffet included. So I'm like, fuck yeah. I get there and I'm like, hopefully they got cottage cheese and peaches.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't think it was going to be likely, but I get there and sure enough they did. So I'm like, fuck yeah. I get to do my cottage cheese and peaches. So I load my fucking plate up with this cottage cheese and peaches. Took the first bite out of it and I was like, what the fuck is this? Apparently, I know things are different in Mexico, but the cottage cheese is real fucking different. But I still ate the whole fucking plate.
You know, I have a similar problem where if it's on my plate, I feel obligated to eat it. And the last time that backfired was some homeless dudes made me a sandwich.
Who would have thought?
Dave and Buster's. We went to that. I think I've either mentioned this on another episode or at least told you guys about it. But I took Sissy to Broovies for the first time.
Oh my God!
She'd never been there. Have I told you this one?
Yeah.
Did I mention it on another episode? Is that where it came from? I can't remember. But
yeah, no, it was, but Spencer hasn't heard it.
Yeah, so we went there and watched John Wick 4.
Starring Dave.
And I didn't piss the whole time during the movie because I didn't want to miss anything, but it's Broovies. We're having drinks and having beers and shit while we're watching the movie. At the end of it, I'm finally like, I've got to fucking piss.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to leave, and I go to push the bathroom door, and it's like there's someone leaning against it, trying to stop me from going and taking a piss. And I'm like, I don't know who's behind this door, but they're not fucking stopping me, so I fucking leaned into it heavy. And when they finally opened up the door, there's just these 2 fucking guys in there, and they've got 3 fat-ass lines of Coke laid out on the fucking bathroom counter. And I'm like, what's up? And they're like, hey man, you want some cocaine? I'm like, no, but I gotta piss. Don't stand in front of the door.
See, you should have still went to the bathroom during the movie, because the best part about John Wick 4 is that you can leave for like 15 minutes, come back, and it's basically doing the same thing he was doing when he left.
I don't think I don't know if I've seen John Wick 4. It's
not bad, but it's like you get to the third fight scene in the movie, which is like 15 minutes in, and you're like, I'm pretty sure I've seen this scene before, just with different henchmen.
Yeah.
I know nobody can see what I'm seeing. I can't stop looking at this. I gotta put it face down. Like, this guy, this picture, it looks like...
It's a picture of a guy holding the eyes of a girl, like when you sneak up behind somebody and hold their eyes and say, guess who? But she's got a present in her hands.
Yeah, it's like wrapped. It looks like a Christmas present that she's holding in her hands. The look on this guy's face, though...
It's very rapacious.
It looks like there's something super fucked up in that box that she's going to hate. And
What's
he
in the
knows
box?
It's like she knows that there is something... he knows there's something fucked up in that box that she's going to hate. And he's super stoked about her hating it.
No, so what it is it's the little flyleaf paper from the whiskey glasses.
Yeah.
That Ye gave to Spencer. And I guarantee I know how this reaction's going to go. She's going to open it up and see that it's the whiskey glasses that he's been wanting.
Oh, whiskey glasses.
Oh, are these the same ones you've been wanting, babe? He's like, yeah, I'm totally stoked for you to have these.
Shall we have a glass?
Yeah. You should put them in my bar.
Like, that face makes me think that, like, he farted in the box and then heard it. Like it's just... It's a wrapped up piece of Tupperware that he farted in and hurried and put the lid on, and he's waiting for her to open it. Like, he's gonna hit her with the ultimate fucking buttercup.
This is like
a real gag gift.
that
no,
picture.
She opens it up. It's like a huge bottle of Astroglide, and he's like, I've been thinking...
Merry Christmas.
There's roofies in there.
That's adorable.
Yeah. Oh, it's endearing.
Yeah, keep it away from me. It's been sitting right here this whole time, and every time I look at it, I'm like, what the fuck is this guy smiling about? It makes me want to know what's in the fucking box. I want to know. I guarantee you it's not... if it is the whiskey glasses, it's like Dave said. They're the ones that he's been wanting.
Yeah. And that's exactly what she's going to be like, oh, I see you got me the whiskey glasses that you've been wanting. And then they break up 3 months later and she takes them.
Maybe she's just a raging alcoholic.
I thought she meant 10 a.m.
Well, it is 5 o'clock somewhere perpetually.
We landed on the moon!
What if she meant 10 o'clock at night?
That's fucking funny. All right, let's close it out there. That was fun.
Yeah.
This has been good.
I still want to know what's in the box.
Yeah.
That's my dick in the box.
Got a dick in a box.
I don't know why I got such a big box, but...
It's one of those gag gifts where it's a box inside of a box inside of a box inside of a box.
It's like
and
the Russian doll.
That's a Matryoshka gift.
Oh, God.
Okay, I love you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Peace out.